The way is shut. It was made by those who were dead, and the dead keep it. The way is shut. Now you must die.
Alright, what is up my friends? Welcome to the Monday video here on CoolStuffInc.com. We are playing some Standard, and I gotta say, maybe you saw my article last Friday, maybe you didn't, maybe you've been playing Standard on Arena. I don't want to jinx nothing, but Standard seems really fun right now. It only took about half a dozen bannings and widespread sweeping changes, but we've got a Standard format right now that actually kind of looks like Standard. There's a lot of different decks, and they're all playing Magic. Things like card advantage and playing to the board and playing a Planeswalker. These things all actually matter in the game rather than your opponent having, 8 lands in play when you have 3 on turn 4. So this has been pretty exciting. I've been playing a good amount of Standard over the week, and I've been playing a lot with this deck, and I've kind of been crushing, not to toot my own horn or nothing, but I've been playing this deck in High Mythic. I'm actually playing this deck in High Mythic since before the bans. And it's funny because I think I was actually doing better before the bans because the format's starting to adapt a little bit to this deck. As you saw in my article on Friday, I discussed how Scavenging Ooze, the Great Henge, these are cards that are kind of coming back in vogue because they're just really, really good. And they're also pretty good against us too. So still, deck is going awesome. And deck's just a really, really good deck. We have a Rakdos Graveyard deck here. And again, this deck was floating around a little bit before the bans, which means it's already pretty powerful. And we're looking to put stuff in our graveyard and get max value. So, of course, Kroxa is the only Titan left in Standard due to the banning of Euro. Kroxa is obviously a very, very good card. Not as good as Euro, but unbelievably good. And Kroxa likes to hang out with that graveyard crowd. So, we've got Kroxa. Tymaret calls the dead to help fill the graveyard. And definitely a solid enabler for the deck. Magmatic Channeler is one of the best cards in the deck. This card's really, really good. If you ever discard a card for value off Channeler, you're way, way ahead. Discard a Kroxa or an Ox, maybe a land you don't need, or a kill spell you don't need against control. And eventually this card also becomes a 4/4, just kills your opponent too. So that's super awesome. Ox of Agonas, really, really good. Not just for Modern Dredge, all right? This card's an absolute house. You can play it when your hand's empty on turn 5, which is great. And of course, you can just get it back later and draw a bunch of cards. This deck is really good at dumping cards in the graveyard. Just a really, really powerful card advantage engine. Kind of like the heart and soul of our deck, even though we're only playing 2 of it. Otherwise, we got Mire Triton to fill up our graveyard. Liliana is actually quite good in this deck as well. And then a whole bunch of removal. Bonecrusher, one of the best cards in the format. Murderous Rider, back to being good again. Now that games of Magic are actually being played, you need to kill things and Planeswalkers and stuff. Heartless Act, not as good anymore. A lot of counters floating around, but still fine. Bloodchief, Spikefield Hazard, Hagra Mauling, a lot of value from our lands here. We are playing 2 copies of Shredded Sails. Funny, we were playing this card in the old format to kill Lucky Clover. Just you had to kill Lucky Clover. And then when Lucky Clover was banned, I cut them from the deck, but we kept losing to the Great Henge. And Great Henge is really, really good. Also good against Embercleave. Also good against Rogues. Can kill random flying creatures. That's also one of the allures to this deck, is that Rogues is a fairly popular deck. And, oh boy, you want to beat Rogues? Play this deck. They mill you, and you escape something. And then they mill you, and you escape something. You just board out all of your mill cards and let them mill you for themselves, which is pretty awesome. So, that's the main deck. Super cool. Sideboard's got some Duress for the control matchup. Skyclave Shade has been bouncing in and out of the main deck, but the format's been pretty aggressive. This card is exceedingly powerful, but not good if your opponent is hellbent on attacking you. So we're playing 2 on the board. Third sales for artifacts, extra kill spell, and rebuke. 2 copies of Elspeth's Nightmare. This card's super sweet. Really cool card for the mirror. You play it on turn 3 and kill their Channeler. Next turn, you Duress their kill spell. Then you exile their graveyard. Just a really, really solid card. Scavenger for against aggressive decks, and you want to put a board out of some of your graveyard stuff when they bring in graveyard hate. So Scavenger's really good at that. Extinction Event, Mass Removal, and then Chandra Heart of Fire has been really, really impressive. I almost want to. Really, really good in grindy matchups. One of the most important things about a good sideboard card is having it be good against things that are good against you. So this is a non-creature, non-graveyard threat that's very sticky and hard to remove. This card's phenomenal. Really, really good. So that's the deck. And we're going to battle here. We're still in pretty high Mythic. Lost a match last night. We're at 83. 83. So we're going to see how high we can take that. But first, we work from our sponsors at CoolStuffInc.com.
Cool Stuff Inc. is proud to sponsor Jim Davis. We offer great deals on card games, tabletop RPGs, board games, and more. Get a free token featuring Jim Davis and take 5% off your next order if you use the code JIM5 at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
All right, match number 1. We're playing against Yori and the Sky Nomad. This card's going to come back in force too. Once you start playing Fair Magic again, you want to grind. This is a real good grindy card. So, not a great hand, but Mire Triton's a nice enabler. We have a Scryland. Worst case, we're playing Ox on turn 5. We'll draw some spells in the end term, so we're going to keep this. Not great. Not great. Would like it if our Mire Triton hit something nice, like a nice Scry too. Yori and the Sky Nomad. That's a spell. I think we're keeping most spells there, honestly. And hopefully one of these Tritons will hit a Kroxa. And we're almost there on enough cards in graveyard with our passages. So, Seagate Reborn. Sure. Mire Triton hitting land. Bloodchief first. Murderous Rider. So double island, Murderous Rider. Mystic Subdual. Creature gets -2/-0 and loses all abilities. Alrighty then. We're gonna fetch a mountain and then cast Mire Triton. Just to like slightly increase the chance we hit a Kroxa. We're not playing anything else this turn anyway, so. Land Smashing. So we do have 5 cards in the bin now though, so we're working our way up to escaping Ox, things like that. Another island. This is interesting. Some sort of mono blue madness here. Alright. Not really happy just playing Bonecrusher Giant. I'm pretty happy just to say go. We can just stomp it out of our hand. Keep emptying our hand for Ox. The passage, say go. Omen of the Sea. Sure. Top, bottom. Definitely curious if they're playing another color. Nyx Lotus. Okay. That's a card, I guess. I'm gonna get get a second red, so we're gonna flash this Ox back. Probably are. Second red. Gonna stomp them. Draw another land. Alright, so I mean, like, we could just resolve Ox here. We are discarding a land and a Murderous Rider, and, like, I don't think Murderous Rider is going to be super. I guess Murderous Rider answers some stuff. It's not a great Ox, though, honestly. We've got 6 cards. I'm just going to play Bonecrusher Giant. Unfortunately, we drew another mountain, meaning we can't cast Murderous Rider and flash it back. So, a little punch there, fetching mountain. We have many more swamps in our deck, but just happen to draw mountain instead. Gadwick for 2. Okay. And now their Lotus taps for 5 blue. That's a lot of blue. Alright, I mean, we're going to try and kill this Gadwick. Wait, what? Oh, they have this thing, right? I'm like, why is there Devotion 5? Okay, sure. So Mystic Subdual is the thing. I mean, we're going to try and kill Gadwick. If they have a counterspell here, it could be kind of gross. But 5 blue is a lot. Opponent's deck's kind of cool, honestly. Mystic Subdual and Mire Triton. And tap the Bonecrusher Giant. Alright. And Omen of the Sea. I mean, Gadwick's kind of a house, honestly. His house card is very good. They're going to bottom. That's a good sign, at least. Alright, so... I guess we're saying go. Opponent's deck is definitely sweet. Ugh. Stop drawing Gadwicks. They have 7 blue mana. I don't want to say we're getting clowned right now, but we're kind of getting clowned. They have a lot of cards in hand. Like, we got an Ox. It's kind of cool, I guess. They're 10, but they have many cards in hand. Thassa's Oracle, sure. I will take this match as proof that Standard is pretty sweet right now. 1 top, 5 bottom, sure. Alright, so they've managed to draw 3 Gadwick in their top, you know, however many cards in their 80 card deck, which is kind of annoying. But I mean, how many more cards do they need, right? But I don't think we can actually win. So it looks like they're just going to actually just deck us or something. I mean, not deck them, they deck themselves. They just can keep on tapping the Lotus. And this is kind of sick, honestly. Definitely, playing Yorian's a little weird because obviously they want to make sure they draw the Lotus and make sure they draw Gadwick and stuff. And 80 cards makes it less likely to do that, but they've obviously found everything this game, so... Now we're going to keep copying the corridor monitor on top of it. It's like having the Lotus is so important that like playing 80 cards makes it much riskier. But they've clearly put it together this game. Be hard to imagine we don't lose this turn. So they can like keep untapping the Lotus until they play their like. Well, yeah, Yorian doesn't make much sense in this deck because they also want to like deck themselves, like they're doing right now, where they just keep playing things. Eventually, they'll cast Oracle in the game. So they bounce their Gadwick, sure. This is what we've obviously lost, but we're gonna watch what they're doing and see what's up. This is kind of cool. Thassa's Oracle for 18. Sure. $22 blue. That's a fun sound. What turn is this? It's like turn 5 or something? Turn 6? Turn 7, I guess they have 7 lands in play. Sublime Epiphany. Bouncing a monitor. Making a copy of Monitor. Adorable. Since it's just 6 mana, generate 50 mana. Okay. $29 blue. I mean, Yorion doesn't even seem, good, because they're just 2 blue pips, because obviously they don't want to flicker their stuff. I can bounce their Oracle and win. Alright. Definitely pretty cool. I mean, seems like things really came together for them that game, given they were playing 80 cards and they kind of found all the pieces and stuff, but that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Alright, so, we're going to want, what are we going to want? Definitely want our 3rd Shredded Sails, because we just want to kill their Lotus. We want 3 Duress. Skyclave Shade seems, I guess, like, fine. I think we're going to cut the Bloodchief's Thirsts. Definitely want to be able to kill Gadwick, because Gadwick is quite good. So I think a couple Heartless Acts is fine. Can see shaving like an Ox and shaving like a Bonecrusher Giant. I mean, Liliana is worse. Bonecrusher's pretty mopey. Doesn't seem like Shock kills much in their deck. This seems fine. Let me leave a second. Ox is like a little chunky. All right. I mean, like, as long as we can break up some of what they're doing, you know, like, and not let them have everything, we should be fine. We can just kill the Lotus, you know. We have 3 Shatters, 3 Duresses. They're playing 80 cards. They got to actually just, like, draw it, you know. So, hand's fine. It's not particularly exciting, but pretty hard to mulligan this hand. I'd rather mill or discard Shade than just cast it, given that I already have 2 good 2-drops. I think we're just going to bottom this and look for something better. Look for some interaction. Not thrilled to go either Heartless Act, for sure. Mill Duress. So mill probably to our 2 best cards. Not too good. Sure. Stomp, sure. Triton again. Channeler land, sure. We had a Shatter or Duress here for our Scry. Tymaret calls the dead. It's pretty good. We can keep this. Trying to find ourselves a Kroxa now. Sure. I'm going to see. Top, huh? Put Yorion in hand, sure. Tymaret's gonna hit a Kroxa for us. Nope. So we're beating down, not like insanely fast. We are laying some beats here. Soul Guide Lantern, sure. I guess hitting Kroxa wouldn't make it anyway. So. Channeler's gone, sure. Been a very popular sideboard card as of late. Pretty good against us, obviously. Why you want to have kind of some non-creature threats post-board. We're going to play a Naked Thassa's Oracle. I mean, it's for 3, I guess, but bottom, sure. I like that. Murderous Rider. Got a mill creature here. Or enchantment. There we go. There's everything we want. Everything we ever wanted. You love to see it. They have given us priority to cast Kroxa and not Lantern us. That's the first thing we're going to do. Cool. So that game, they didn't have it all, and they crumbled pretty well. So, still pretty happy with sideboarding. The Bonecrusher Giants are pretty bad. Like, they have the 1/3 Oracle, the 1/4 Monitor, the 3/3 Gadwick, and the body itself isn't great. Maybe we'll just want Scavengers instead. They fly, which is kind of nice. Yeah, I think I like that better. Bonecrusher is just a 4/3. We're not like super stoked about it, and they can chump block it with their stuff, so the flyer's fine. Then they should be putting a lot of card types in their graveyard, so that's pretty good. Any Channeler hand's usually pretty nice. Speak of the devil. Alright, channel it up. Don't have your Mystic thing. Cool. Would like to draw an answer. Oh, they have it. Would like to draw an answer to a Lotus here. Not gonna lie. Alright, should play Channeler number 2. If they play a Lotus this turn, I don't know how many Shatters. We haven't drawn a. This doesn't have any abilities, right? Yeah. We haven't drawn a Duress yet either, so. Alright. Let's find a Shatter, please. No. I mean, kind of frustrating. They're playing 80 cards and they've drawn a Lotus before we've drawn an answer to it. We have 6 answers in our 60 card deck, but sure. We're gonna timer it here. Just gonna fetch preemptively, same as last time. Luckily, their devotion isn't too high, so. Hopefully Channeler can find us one of our 3 Shatters. Pretty good. Mill to Shatter. Alright, we have to kill this Gadwick. But let's start a Smashing, look for a Shatter. Spell for Channeler, which is kind of nice too. Nope, missed again. We'll take the Triton though. Alright. This is important that it hits because it is also 3 mana for their Lotus. They have a way to counter this. It's going to be pretty gross. Oh, let me see. Alright. Well, I guess I should have moved to combat first. Yeah, that was dumb. I screwed up. I should have declared attackers. I guess if they countered, then I lose my 2/2 though. That's kind of over there. There, Mire Triton. Another Omen, let's see. So this Lotus is starting to get out of hand. We really do need to find a Shatter. Bottom. That's a good sign at least. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Deep breath, Jim. Deep breath, Jim. Deep breath. So we've now milled our other 2 Shatters. So now all of our Shatters are gone. Pretty redonkulous, but sure. It's fine. Not a big deal. We'll power through. Don't draw any more Gadwicks. You know, they are playing 80 cards, so they could just like not play Gadwick. Maybe be alright. We also have like 10 power in play too, so we are applying some pressure and dealing some damage. No words. No words. Let's see. I guess we're gonna Murderous Rider the Gadwick and just play a Triton and attack. I guess I would like to put. I guess I'll put these two to the graveyard, draw Liliana next turn. So it's fine for me. Oh man. Definitely could still win, obviously. I mean, they have a bajillion cards in hand now, but we are attacking for 10. They are at 10. And we still have Kroxa, a decent-sized Scavenger, Arcanist Owl, sure. It's just like, I don't know what they do if they don't have Nyx Lotus in play, you know? Like, sure. Like, we have 60 cards and 6 answers. They have 80 cards and 4 Nyx Lotus, you know? That is definitely sweet, though. Oh, my God. Want to remind everyone there's a companion article to this video on CoolStuffInc.com. Make sure you go to CoolStuffInc.com. Free content every weekday. I do a video article Monday, a written article on Friday. Last Friday's article was about the new standard format and the 5 most important cards in it. Definitely check that out on CoolStuffInc.com. And of course, if you're watching us on YouTube, go to CoolStuffInc.com proper and check out the article write-up for this video. And free content every weekday. And promo code Jim5, 5% off your order. And a free Jim Davis Goblin token, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, I mean, we've assuredly lost here, obviously. They can just keep on. I'm just going to concede. We saw what the deck does last game. So, definitely a pretty frustrating first match. Things really came together for our opponent. Their deck is really, really cool. But, so, 0-1. 0-1. That's okay, though. That's okay. Our hands were fine. They weren't, like, super explosive. Milling all 3 shatters. So, that's okay. That's okay. Definitely super cool. Like, ooh. Ooh. Little Croakies. Croakies is implying the mono green food deck, which does seem good against us, but let's see what we can do. Temple of Malice. Let's do this. Channeler. Perfect. Love it. Let's go. Croakies is, of course, the biggest Magic streamer. Channel it up. Bright Climb. So black-white pathway. Interesting. Swamp. Dire Tactic. Alright. If they're like a black-white human deck with Dire Tactics and the General, things could be kind of difficult for us, but I should have fetched versus. I should have fetched a mountain just like last time, just like slightly increase our odds of hitting better hits. So we're not using the mana anyway. Inspiring Veteran. Other knights get +2/+2. That's a really nice stomp target, so wouldn't mind drawing a land here. That's not a land, but it's okay. Pretty sure we're just stomping. Yeah, just having 2 Kroxa in hand kind of sucks. Definitely the Channeler is a pretty big game. Would have loved to keep that Channeler, or kept the Channeler. We're building toward Ox, though. If you can just draw a land and start deploying 2 spells in 1 turn. Worthy Knight, that card's very good. Fervent Champion, sure. Now we got a Rider, the Worthy Knight. Shatterskull. We drew a land, which is fine. This is whenever you cast, so we're going to kill that immediately. Top card is another Bonecrusher Giant. I think that plays. We have the sails for an Embercleave too. Another pathway. I think we're just blocking here, honestly. They cleave us, they cleave us. I think this is fine. Sure. So now we just get to kill the cleave, and we can stomp or just Kroxa. They have 2 cards in hand. It's almost somewhat appealing to just like take the last 2 cards they have with our Kroxas, but that's probably too tempo negative. So we're just gonna Shatter and Bonecrusher, I think. We could take 5 and just Kroxa. But yeah, I think we're just gonna cast our other spells, so let's just say go. Four attackers. Stomp this. Kill the Embercleave. Take Uno. Worthy Knight. It's pretty good. But nothing else. Alright, so I think this is just a double Kroxa turn. Just get the last 2 cards in their hand. They probably have another Dire Tactics. I'll just do this and see what happens. Some kind of kill spell or something. Another Worthy Knight they chose not to play. So they only have 1 white. Wow, okay. Alright, let's just Kroxa and get their last card. Obviously playing creature's better, but they kept this card for a reason. It's better than alright, so Awakening. So really, really good card. Really, really good card. Like our double Kroxa choice there. And now we can Kroxa them in our main. Awesome. So Passage. We could just play 2 Bonecrushers, but Kroxa closes really quick, so. And we'll dump. I think we'll dump the Ox. The other Kroxa is more important. This puts them to 12 and very close to dead. If they spike a Dire Tactics off the top here, it'd be a little awkward, but this is an interesting attack. I mean, saying they have Embercleave and want to trade Knight for Kroxa. Not sure what else it could be, realistically. We would take 8 if that's the case. Or 6, I mean. Let me block the 1/1. Just keep our Kroxa and kill them in 2 turns. Yeah, I like that. So, take 6. 5. Another Kroxa. So now we just play double Bonecrusher. And they would need a lot to kill us, so. Because if we're blocking anyway, maybe playing the Murderous Rider is better. I think the first strike doesn't matter, but should probably do it. Between both these Kroxa, we should definitely be able to kill them. If they were to have a kill spell here, it still wouldn't be enough to win the game if we double block. So they can't draw a kill spell and a way to pump the power or 2 kill spells. But you're like an Awakening, Fervent Champion. That's pretty good. Now this is 8, but we're still only taking 2. We still are fine. Also, we can do this, so we gain life. So we take 1 and then 5. We gain 2, right? First strike. Yeah, it's fun. And then we take 4 and gain 2. And that's the game. Cool. We like that. We like that. So Mardu Knights. Mardu Knights. Interesting. We're going to want Rebuke and the Sails, the Extinction Events, and the Scavengers. I don't think you want Elspeth's Nightmare. Yeah, I don't think so. We're going to want to shave a lot of our graveyardy stuff, I think. I think you want to be more of a mid-range board control deck against them. I think Tymaret calls it just kind of weak. Can shave those. Take out a Liliana. Ox is actually fine because we can just cast it. Triton Act, Hazard's all great. Channeler's great. Should have a Kroxa. Don't want to draw the Kroxa. We saw that game, we drew a lot of Kroxa, and like casting Kroxa is not particularly good, especially against an aggressive deck. So you can just chill on a Kroxa. And then maybe we cut like 1 Ox. So realistically, we're going into this match with, 4 Bonecrushers, 3 Murderous Riders, 2 Heartless Act, 4 Bloodchief Thirst, 2 Spikefield Hazards. Like just all of these kill spells. And like Bonecrusher's is really good against them anyway. Maybe we should shave an Ox. Oops, that's a mountain. I don't actually hate Chandra either, honestly. Chandra seems kind of sweet. Just like as a non... I don't know how much graveyard hate they're going to have. They could have a General. And General exiling graveyards is a pretty big game. We'll see. Let's see what they have for game 2. And then for game 3, we also be on the play, where the Planeswalkers are much better on the play. So I think this is fine for now. It's fine. It's not great, but we have 2-drop, 3-drop, and 2 Scrylands. We're going to keep. They have a really good hand. I mean, we miss here on these Scries. We could definitely just get run over, but I think his hand's too reasonable to mulligan. They're not going to have much removal either for the Nighthawk Scavengers, so Kroxa's fine. I was going to say we don't want to draw Kroxa, but Shredded Sails. Obviously having an answer to Embercleave is kind of nice. It's not the best, but I think we're going to keep this. We're also just like really incentivized to keep almost any spell. So if we draw a land, we're pretty unhappy, so... Ooh, Stormfist Crusader. Each player draws a card on their upkeep and loses 1 life. That's awesome. I love drawing cards. Let's do it. And now I'm very happy I have this because with both players drawing a lot of cards, they're more likely to have Embercleave. So now we have the answer to it, which is pretty good. Definitely a nice beater, but Fervent Champion's pretty good. So we have no good blocks here, unfortunately. So we could take a hit. And they have a Thirst. Alright, pretty good start here. Pretty good start. Scavengers, sure. I mean, just jam Scavengers. Force to have an answer to this. Draw Bonecrusher Giant. It's pretty good. That was definitely an Embercleave pause. I think we're going to just take this. And next turn we'll have Bonecrusher and Sails up for Embercleave. We can still attack back and gain some life too. So this is fine. No blocks. Awesome. This is great for us. So now we get to kill the Embercleave, kill the Stormfist. We're taking a pretty big hit here, but we're going to gain a lot of it back on our attack. So this is actually a pretty good turn for us. Shatterskull Smashing. That's pretty good too. So we're just going to fetch a Swamp. And we're going to... We don't want this to go off again. So we're just going to kill Embercleave and kill the Stormfist Crusader and attack for 4. So artifact in the graveyard, creature in the graveyard. Attack for 4 and gain 4. So back to 11. They only have 1 creature in play. We have Smashing teed up. We have Scavenger. A lot of pressure on them to actually kill the Scavenger until we have another one, so... Alright, there's your General. So... Graveyard stuff is not going to be super great. They can only exile cards from opponent's graveyard, though. And it's funny because now their graveyard's the important resource because of our Scavengers, so... Alright, so... Pretty good, though. Pretty good. Another Bonecrusher Giant. That's pretty nice. So now we get to stomp this. Well, I guess they can actually sacrifice 2 humans to kill a Scavenger. So they could sacrifice both these and kill this. So our stomp is, like, middling at the moment, but... Let's see if they want to do that. We're going to attack. Doesn't look like it. So take the shot. If we go to kill anything, they can sack both and kill Scavenger. Definitely don't want that. I think we're just playing Scavenger number 2. We can play Kroxa too. We're going to lose the Kroxa, but it just like trades a card. Might be better just to leave up Stomp though, honestly. So let's play this. Let's play Scavenger instead. Go. Maul of the Skyclaves. Okay. I'm gonna try and put it on the Fervent Champion. So I think we're gonna Bonecrusher this. They'll sack both of these and kill a Scavenger, but it's just a 2 for 2, and we still have a Scavenger in place. I think this is worth it. So now they'll respond. They'll sack both of these, kill one of the Scavengers, and we just get in Kroxa, Bonecrusher. They have no board. We still have Smashing too, so. Channeler's not bad either. That makes our Kroxa look so much better too. So smash. I guess we'll scry first. Sure, love that. Alright. Looking pretty good. Venerable Knight, sure. Can't even equip because they have no white. Shatterskull that thing, sure. So they're destroy target creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost 2 or less. Spells kick, destroy. Can this target my own Bonecrusher Giant? Because we can kill them if it can. We can Shatterskull to kill this, and then to kill our own thing, and then kill them. No, it can't. Alright. Well, that's okay. We'll just attack. Put them to 1 again. Kroxa, their last card. That'd be a cool play, but... maybe we could have, like, just cast Kroxa there off the Channeler, but whatever. It doesn't matter. So, we'll take it. So, we lose to the 80-card mono blue deck. And we beat the best streamer in the world. We'll take it. That's Magic for you, right? So 1-1. 1-1. Deck performed pretty admirably there. Bonecrusher Giant is a pretty big strain on aggressive decks. Just like, it's just so good against any small creature strategy that it's definitely it's a bit of a strain. It's a bit of a strain. And it's fine. Not great. It's fine. You can scry, a couple kill spells, Tymaret. You can cycle the sails. It's bad, obviously. Temple of Deceit. Please be a Rogues deck. I do love playing against Rogues decks with this deck. Alright, Scrymy River. Mire Triton. Love it. Perfect top. Like, literally. I mean, I guess Channeler's better, but being able to mill some cards before Tymaret. Alright, some sort of Grix this deck. Sure. Try and ensure that we hit a card for our first mill. Alright, so no creatures there, but we're still going to cast Tymaret. Hopefully it's good enough. Jace Mirror Mage. We've not really seen.
I've only scratched the surface of Zendikar's mysteries.
Okay. I guess we're like just gonna Murderous Rider this. I don't really want to leave the Jason play. Top, bottom, sure. Brought Channeler too. Yeah, we're just gonna Murderous Rider Jace. Like, they've got no value off of it now, and we should get to smash. Like, they got a Scribe, they didn't actually get a card off of it, so it's just a 1-for-1, and we still have a Murderous Rider, so pretty good exchange for us. Don't want to allow them to untap with the Planeswalker and play. I think Jace is pretty good. Jace is obviously much better now with all the bannings and stuff, because it's a more fair format. It's gonna need to find a home, obviously, but Root it, sure. Another Murderous Rider, sure. We have a shark thing here. It's a little annoying, but don't seem to. I'm definitely feeling like something like a counter spell of some kind. I guess we're just gonna cast Tymaret though. They counter it, whatever. We don't really care. Could just cast Murderous Rider, but bigger upside on Tymaret. Oh no, control. Damn it. And we hit a Kroxa. I wanted to select the passage first. It would actually hit a land, so it didn't really matter, but we do have 4 Kroxa and 2 Ox. I'm gonna pitch this for a 2/2. I think getting on the board against a control deck is really, really important. So let's just get on the board. Yeah, it sucks to lose our Kroxa, but the more we're on the board, the worse their Planeswalkers are and the worse their counter spells are. They had the Typhoon. Interesting. So that means they must have a counter spell. Because trading to Shark for the Tritons are pretty awesome. So we're definitely sitting on the cancel. Ashiok's really good. We have the answer, so we're fine here. Ashiok is one of the better cards against us. Really, really good card. But we get to just like thirst the 2/3 and then Murderous Rider the Ashiok itself. Got a mill creature. Wow. Total brick on our Tymaret. That sucks. Alright. Do have a 4/4 Channeler though. We could just not kill the Nightmare yet. And just set up for next turn by playing a Channeler. Just Murderous Rider the Ashiok. We also just hold the Thirst for the next Planeswalker too. To be safe. Kill this, put Channeler, and say go. I abandon my work. Channeler's already a 4/4, which is nice. I'm not gonna trade my Mire Triton for their Shark, so. Just gotta beat their Ashioks. We can beat the rest of their deck, I think. Alright, so we drew a second Bloodchief's Thirst. Even another Tymaret on top, which is pretty good. I'll take that. We're gonna cast the Thirst. Kill this 2/3. I think this Channeler just getting in our hands pretty good, so we'll trade the Triton for the Shark. And they play a 4/4 Shark here, we'll just kill it. Cool. Shredded Sails coming in clutch. So we'll take 6. No, we're going to chump block. Wow. They might have an Extinction Event. That would be kind of gross, but we have Tymaret. We have Murderous Rider. Hopefully we'll just mill into an escape card. All right, so that's pretty good for them, but I think we're still in decent shape here. So ideally this Tymaret, the best hit would be an Ox. That would be insane. But I'll also accept hitting a what's it called? Kroxa. Very happy to have his Thirst left over because they play a Planeswalker. That's annoying. Alright. Well, now it's gone. Alright. I mean, our deck is literally all kill spells, so we should be able to draw a kill spell for this Kroxa. Love to mill an escape card here. We're almost halfway through our deck. I said mill an escape card, not draw an escape card. God, it's so annoying. Alright, sure. At least we found one, right? Just gonna land and go to 9. I mean, next turn we get to gain 3 and scry 3, and we can attack with some lifelink. So we can just take a bop here from their Kroxa if they attack with it. they don't, we have a chance to draw a kill spell, which is cool. We have our own Kroxa, obviously, so... Still think they have that cancel effect familiar, which is kind of annoying, but obviously we have 17 cards in our graveyard, so Kroxa's got plenty of shots on it. Alright, no blocks. Draw Channeler. Top cards are Thirst, Bonecrusher, Swamp. Definitely want the Swamp. Bonecrusher seems kind of mopey. You can ship that, I think. We'll keep the Thirst, though. A nice answer to this Kroxa. Alright, we're going to attack. They have a Shark. But would not be ideal. Man, so we're going to lose our Channeler, which is fine, I guess. Exile our lands. Lands have no value in the graveyard. I was going to exile us first. And then we'll exile... We already have 8 spells in the graveyard, so we can just exile one of the spells. They, like, counter this. Things are a little dicey. We still have the Thirst to kill their Kroxa and 2 attackers in play. And this Murderous Rider, so... It's pretty good. Extinction Event. Yeah, it's kind of sus right now. What's the last card? Alright, sure. So, I think at this point, we're in very good shape. This is, they're playing off the top. They can draw a heater here. We're in bad shape. But, as long as... Oops. I hit a button on my stream deck. Didn't see that one. I swear. But it worked. Audacity. Coming in with the assist. Just going to close that real fast. Alright, so, Grixis control. So, we're going to want our Shades, our Duresses. Chandra should be really good here. And then we got to cut... We're going to cut our Heartless Acts. It's funny, because we need to keep some removal in. So we got to be able to kill Sharks. And... Definitely want to have... Even though Thirst isn't good, it's just an answer to Ashiok. And Ashiok is like the most important card. So... Shredded Sails is pretty bad, even though it kills Sharks. Stomp's pretty bad too. I guess we're leaving all 4 Thirsts in. I guess Stomp isn't that bad. Because Stomp can also team up, where if I attack a 2-2 into their 4-4 Shark, I can at least finish it off for value. Scavenger isn't bad either, because it won't die to their Stomps, and just like a pretty solid card. It's also an odd-numbered card, and Extinction Event's one of the better cards against us, so it diversifies our threats a little bit, which is kind of nice. So maybe we want like a couple of these. You know, we're pretty deep on even right now as far as getting Extinction Evented. We could like shave a land too. We could bring in 2 Scavengers and shave like... Can't cut too many lands, but like a Hazard and... I got a Thirst. I think that like... We don't really want to... I mean, we do have like 3 Murderous Riders to kill Ashiok too, and the Duresses also, so... Alright, let's try this. I'm not exactly sure of this mix, but I'm reasonably happy with it. I mean, we're all on limited time, you know, so... It's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. The 3rd red source is obviously kind of ugly, but... Playing Kroxa on 2 is not ideal either, but we are on the draw, which means we're up a card. So just like trading a card 1 for 1 is kind of fine. And we have Tymaret too, so... Red-black. So, Ox is a very good draw. Because now our ability torch is hard casting Ox, which is awesome, so now we're playing towards something. Kroxa, discarding Shatterskull Smashing? Sure. You had to discard a land and not take 3. How lucky. Oh, a little in the way of Kroxa here. I'm going to slide myself over a little bit. We draw Duress. Unfortunately, we're a little capped on our red mana here. Playing Duress is pretty appealing. We can't cast Tymaret if we do. I think we're just playing Tymaret Calls the Dead. I feel like counter it in some way, it's fine. Sure. Hit a creature, please. Did it. Don't love playing Tymaret with no creatures in the graveyard. We do have a Kroxa which we can get rid of if we really feel like we need to. We have a second one. But typically you want to try and play Tymaret with at least one creature in the graveyard, so you're always going to hit. If you play it and you miss that first time, it does kind of suck. Alright, they have one baby shark and no lands. We draw a black source. Also pretty good. Bonecrusher, awesome. His Ox is also awesome. So we're kind of starting to crank it up now, I'm not going to lie. We're going to Duress. They have 6 spells. So let's see what's up. They have Eliminate, Heartless Act, Counterspell, Extinction Event, Shark Typhoon. And I mean, they can't even cast Neutralize. Essence Scatter is quite good against us. I kind of want to take Shark Typhoon, though, because realistically, like, they have no lands. And if we just keep them off lands, then they can't do anything. So this just makes a blocker. We can just play around Essence Scatter if stuff in play, so we're not in a huge rush. Can't take Shark Typhoon. Back for 2. And we're just going to cast Kroxa again. Just eat one more of their cards, you know? It's like grinds very, very well. Cycle Neutralize, sure. Counterspell's gone. Discard Extinction Event. Interesting. We do have 2 evens in play, but sure. Sure, didn't draw land. So that's the important part about control. You've got to get on the board, apply some pressure, and then make life hard for them. The big thing about playing against control is just don't do the things when they want you to do them. So like when they have a Essence Scatter up, they want to cast Essence Scatter. Don't let them. You know, you got to try and deduce their hand and play things when you don't want them to play them. If you play into all their cards, this is why new players get frustrated against control. If you just play into all their cards on curve, they crush you. Because they just play Essence Scatter on 2, Neutralize on 3, Extinction Event on 4. They kind of just like play everything when they want to. Your goal against them is to make them not able to do that. Alright, so 2 and 1. Hand's good. Temple it up here. Mountain. Yeah, we're just going to ship that. It is an untapped 3rd land if we want it. We have 2 2-drops here, so I think we're fine. We have Channeler to find lands too, so. A Mire Triton. Interesting. Nowhere on Ikoria are monsters more integral to the landscape than Ketria, where the river itself will stand up and roar. Leave my Channeler alone. Channeler's so good, just the linchpin of a deck. It's an interesting looking island. An Ox of Agonas. That's a pretty easy card to pitch, I think. So let's pitch Ox and see what's up. Channeler reveals Bonecrusher Swamp. Definitely want the Bonecrusher, and I think we're just gonna cast Bonecrusher Giant. We could stomp for an extra 2, but like I'd rather just put the 4/3 body in play, so let's do it. If we like that, some good value. Put our Ox in the bin, play a 4/3. Yeah, so this is important. Bonecrusher is one of the most important cards in the format. If you can play threats that don't die to Bonecrusher and put your opponent in a spot where they have to do that, Bonecrusher is much, much worse. Now it's a 5-mana 4/3 that deals 2 when it comes into play, which is much worse than what it is normally. So, all right, we drew a Mauling. We could just Murderous Rider this and attack. I'm not really sure what they're doing. Like, just like Teamer Adventures. Like, Lucky Lover's Band, right? Playing Mire Triton here isn't super exciting. We could just Channeler and see what turns up. Probably discarding... Probably the Mauling, honestly. Just like the weakest card. It's also a spell for Channeler. can also just play a land and kill the Crusher and get in for 5. Which really isn't that bad either. Yeah, I'm kind of cool with that actually. Like, it's not as exciting, but like if we discard the Channeler, we just like miss and like don't hit anything cool. It's pretty bad. We brick and like we get to kill this. Now we're attacking for 5. We have like Swift End plus Triton next turn also, so we're still playing on curve, putting cards in our graveyard. Like, not the most exciting kill spell of all time, but. Island, go. Interesting. All right, well, now we drew a Kroxa, so now that's one of the best cards possible, the Channeler, so we're just going to channel it off immediately and see what happens. Mauling, Heartless Act. So Mauling's a land, which is fine. So let's attack. Probably just play Mire Triton and Mauling as a land. Making land drops is pretty important. This deck because you have so much to do always. So, all right, what's up? I mean, opponent really hasn't done anything this game. They're just playing Teamer Adventures with no Lucky Clover. Another Fabled Passage. We are there on Kroxa now, so we can Kroxa them. Guess we just jam like Kroxa. They could have like an Essence Scatter or something like that. I don't know what they're doing honestly, but we'll just jam. Alright, here's Kroxa. Exiling land, everything but the Ox. I mean, if they have like Essence Scatter or something like that, we just have all the stuff, so sure. Maybe like a ramp deck? They haven't drawn any payoffs? Like, they can't play Ugin yet. That's a card. That's a card. I prefer if I didn't hit an Ugin off of this. No Omnath? No what? Oh my god, are you kidding me? Alright, I should try to draw Stomp, I guess.
Is surprisingly flexible.
Alright, well.
Silence.
Murder time. Terrible tap, Arena. What are you doing? Come on. Pretty good ultimatum. Pretty good ultimatum. That's a card that still exists. We've seen a lot of our lands at this point. And we do have 3 Stomps and 2 Spikefield Hazard left. Alright. I mean, as long as they don't gain life, we've got outs. Certainly a little weaker without Omnath, you know? We are on a 1-turn window, though, so Turn Timber Symbiosis, sure. Llanowar Visionary, sure. Alright, I mean, we have 5 outs.
Consider
5 glorious outs. I guess Ox is a redraw too. So 6 outs. That is not one of them. Unless we get Kroxa and their entire hand is Kroxas. Or lands. Actually, that's not even good enough. It's only 5 cards. Alright, I mean, that's a pretty tough one, not gonna lie. Definitely a little lucky to spike that Ugin, but sure. It's fine. We get to bring in... So they have Lotus Cobra. They also have the Visionary. We're going to bring our Nightmares, I think. Bring our Duresses and our Nightmares. We're going to cut, like... Let's see. mean, Bonecrusher is obviously going to cut the sails. Liliana seems kind of mopey. Not really pumped about Ox against them, since their late game is obviously better than ours. You could shave a Kroxa too, honestly. Don't want these Skyclave Shades. They do beat pretty well. We have a lot of removal in our deck. We obviously want to kill Lotus Cobra and stuff, but we have 2 Hazard, 2 Act. Nightmare is really good at killing Lotus Cobra, even though we're on the play now. So let's cut like 2 Thirsts and bring 2 Shades in. Yeah, it's fine, I think. You have Stomp too. You have a lot of ways to kill. Let's kill maybe just cut the Heartless Axe too. I guess he's kill the Elf and the Bonecrushers too. Let's try this. Oh man, Genesis Ultimatum, let me tell you. Still at outs though. We still at outs. They had to hit 2 Ugins back to back too. Alright, that's fine. Keep this. Murder. A murder most foul. Spikefield Hazard, where were you last game, bud? Where were you? We needed you. Needed the help. Okay, so no Lotus Cobra. I kind of want a Channeler. Channeler pitching. I guess I could pitch the Mountain. So if I do want to play a land, I could just play the Hazard if I have to. I don't think we're going to need that at this point. Maybe I still have Mire Triton. This is a little risky. I could miss here a little bit, but let's just go for it. Bonecrusher Swamp. This is familiar. Alright, just do the same thing as last game. Cultivate, sure. Definitely want to draw one of our 3 Duresses, but with Channeler we have a lot of luck. We have 3 looks every turn, so no Channeler, sure. Let's just discard the Spikefield Hazard. We hit Murderous Rider Mountains, fine. Let's play Mountain. Mire Triton Channeler, honestly. Hit 2 spells here. Still good though. No Escape the Wilds either. They really got a lot of banned cards that would be in their deck but aren't. Scavenging Ooze. Scavenging Ooze is good. We have Murderous Rider though. Alright, I mean, we're like a little behind the 8 ball. They have an ultimatum on 5. Or whatever, 7. I'm attacking for as much as I would like here. Ideally we can just find a Duress, you know. Duress on top. Ox. That's not bad. It's not a Duress, though. I think that Duress is just the most important card by such a wide margin that we probably want to... I mean, you could just, like, cast the Ox and try and find a Swamp and a Duress. We also have the Channelers, too, to look for it. Heartless Act's pretty worthless. Yeah, I kind of like this. Let's keep that. So. Next turn, we have many, many looks for Duress. That's fine. Well, now I gotta kill that, obviously. So now we're just gonna pitch the Ox. and try and find Duress and cast Heartless Act. Skyclave Shade, Spikefield Hazard. Alright, well. Unfortunately, I think we don't have any more choices here, so we're just gonna kill this Gargoth. If they have Ultimatum and they hit Ugin again, we're probably gonna lose. But I don't really see another path here, so we lose Shade if we don't play it anyway. Put them to 3, worse than 2 for sure. All right, they have an Ultimatum. That thing is, they have to have Ultimatum and hit Ugin. So like, if they can do that 2 games in a row, I guess it's yours, you know. Terror of the Peaks. Scavengers. Alright. I mean, they're at 3? Swamp. I mean... if we attack with everything, they have to chump block with the Ooze, then block the Shade, and then go to 1. Then we just play Swamp and play Shade and Murderous Rider. They could have land Ugin, though. So we try and have a plan for land Ugin. We just Channeler into our removal spell, they're just dead. Which is kind of cool. I think we're going to just go for the Channeler and see what it hits. Big money, big money, big money, big money. We did it. We did it. There are a lot of kill spells in our deck, so... I would like to draw Duress this game. Just gonna say, you know. Sweats are fun and all, but just find a Duress and not worry about it. So now we're on the draw. I don't think much changes. Scavengers is good, obviously. It's a very annoying card. Definitely makes me more inclined to just have more Thirst in my deck than Heartless Act. Thirst can kill a Gargoth in a dire scenario, and just Thirst is also better on the draw against Lotus Cobra, so... I'm a little less interested in Shade, but I also kind of want to beat down, so I think it's just kind of just being aggressive is nice. Like mildly interested in Liliana, but it is kind of slow. Just gonna draw. I think this is fun. As long as we can present a pretty good clock and disrupt a little bit, I think we're fine. Well, we drew a Duress. Good news, bad news. God, give me a second. Lamb's Hand's so good. We're going to mulligan. Alright. I guess we're keeping this. Double red's kind of annoying, but... we're going to ship Murderous Rider. Not a great hand. Definitely not a great hand. Bonecrusher's fine, but not super exciting against them. Third red source, also not very exciting. I mean, if they play a Lotus Cobra, I'm going to want to stomp it anyway rather than Spikefield Hazard it, so we're just going to play with Hazard. Another red land. Oh my god. Ugly, ugly hand. Oh, Nightmare. I want that card too. That's a Duress. Alright, that's not a 2-2 at least. Need that Duress. I think we're just jamming a 4-3 Bonecrusher this turn. I'm pretty worried about this game. Our hand's been pretty good so far. Just gotta cultivate, play 7 cards. Alright, is not particularly quick here. Where's the Visionary? It's got a Nightmare off the top. Bloodchief's Thirst. I gotta play the Smashing Tap, I guess. I don't think our Leto actually matters, so. Just a classic ramp versus, you know, not ramp game. Maybe if they have an ultimatum, I don't know if we can win. Just gotta draw Duress. Beanstalk Giant, sure. They just have Ugin, too. They haven't done a lot in these early turns here. They could definitely just have multiple big things, too. We just can't draw. Just can't find ourselves as a discard spell here. I mean, we're scared of Ugin, obviously. We have a murder. We have two ways to kill planeswalkers, so we can deal with like 2 Ugins in theory. I think we just smash and play Bone. Actually, we could just like Shatterskull Smashing and kill the Visionary, put them to 6. They play Ugin, we kill it, and maybe play Bonecrusher. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Just a pretty mopey hand on our side. Even when it's, you know, has like 7 cards banned from it, ramp is still a threat. And if everything gets really mid-rangey, just trying to ramp into big stuff is definitely a very reasonable plan. Alright, here we go. Alright, sure.
I come bearing the wisdom.
So I'd like to draw a land here. They still have a bunch of spells in their hand probably too, but alright, let's...
All creation can be undone. This is my
Alright, I mean, I guess Scavenging Ooze isn't even that good right now, so it's very good against us in average, but like, we've really done our plan this game, so the Ooze isn't even that good. We'll gain them some life, but we can Thirst it. We have Murderous Rider. There's just so many cards still, though, that we're probably just in huge trouble. Tymaret calls the dead. Yeah, I guess. I mean... Just gonna smash and trade. It guarantees a creature in the graveyard and Tymaret. And... I don't know. We hit a creature. Because we had the Nightmare anyway. They still have so many cards in their hand. Turn Timber Symbiosis. Elder Gargoth. Okay. That seems kind of sweet, honestly. Seems kind of like against the grain of the format. Everyone's trying to get really, really fair. Skyclave Shade. I mean, that's like not bad. It's just we need to kill this Gargoth in like a turn or two. They just have like a bunch of must-kill threats. The spell lands are also really, really good in a ramp deck, too. That's kind of sweet, honestly. I like it. I don't think we have any outs here. Oh, we found Kroxa. It is probably too late. It's definitely too late. We're trying to wait, but another smashing too. Wow. Yeah, I mean, definitely an interesting deck. So far, we've seen that the two decks that have gone really over the top have been a problem for us. Was really, really good at grinding, but they're just kind of like really going over the top. Ugin is still in the format. Genesis Ultimatum is still in the format. Those cards are obviously, you know, they've banned half the cards in that deck. You know, there's no Euro, there's no Escape the Wilds, there's no Omnath, there's no, you know, but just playing Ugin is still a pretty valid strategy, especially when everyone's going to be reverting to more fair, grindy, play a Planeswalker, play removal spells, etc. So, 2-2. I'd like to finish on a W here for sure. Pretty good hand. Oh, red. This should be good for us, I would think. Temple. We're going to keep that. That's probably going to be good. We have an answer to Embercleave. We have kill spells, little life gains, 2-drops. Don't play Double Fervent Champion. The Double Fervent Champion hands are so, whoa! It's like, but this Shatterskull Smashing is going to be really, really good also. Here's my Channeler here. Probably play Mauling Triton next turn. Alright, so we're snap blocking if they have a stomp, whatever. We don't have anything good to discard anyway, so make them waste their turn. Trying to stay alive here. We draw our own Bonecrusher Giant. That's kind of cool. I mean, we just have smashing on 4 to kill both of these, which is pretty awesome. I think I'm fine just playing Mauling tapped and just playing Mire Triton. Just a go. I don't really want to block either. I'm up, sure. Alright, well now they have a Torbrand, so we'd be taking 6, 7. That's pretty good. I think we still just take it. So we trade Triton for Hellhound. Then our smashing isn't nearly as good. And the Triton can hold back the Torbrand. Ugh, wow, that makes our choice worse. Alright. So like if they have a way to kill Triton here. I guess if they have like land Embercleave, we probably are dead. Phoenix of Ash. That's a magic card. And now we just have Stomp and Murderous Rider. They do have cards in their graveyard too, but alright. Stomp Murderous Rider is pretty good. This requires 3 other cards, so we're gonna kill this in combat for sure. We have shred sales too, actually, for the flashback on Phoenix. Just really nice. It's for Embercleave too, but I think this matchup is like okay in game 1, but heavily favors us in 2 and 3. Once we have all the removal and the Nighthawks and stuff. Alright, so Shatterskull Smashing. Definitely love playing Murderous Rider here. We're just going to shred sales the Phoenix. It's going to look like we're not able to kill this Phoenix either, because like obviously Heartless Act can't kill it. And there aren't many cards that kill it for 2 mana, so they might just go for the kill. another Phoenix. That's kind of scary. That's pretty good. Alright, they might get us this game. So we're going to be at 3. I don't know if they're playing that Lava Axe or not. Rebuke. Wow. Alright. That's annoying. So now I have 2 in the bin. We draw Swamp. It's not ideal. Unfortunately, we don't really have an answer to the next escape on the Phoenix. So I think we're dead this game. Phoenix is pretty good against us. They got off to a pretty good start too, unfortunately. Murderous Rider. So we need nothing to die so we can not get Phoenix next turn. We could just like cast Murderous Rider as a lifelinker and try and get that going. Giant. Cowards can't block warriors. They can make one of these other things so I can't block. That's bad. I guess we could Shatterskull just to kill the Intimidator and play Murderous Rider as a creature. But then like we can't get through his Bonecrusher Giant. Because if we want to kill this, we gotta take 2 anyway. And if we kill this, then they get the Phoenix back too. Oh, gross. This is gross. Game. Sure. I guess. All right, so yeah, game one's a little tough, I guess, but that's fine. We just bring in our Chandra, Rebuke, Sails. Extinction Event seems kind of fine, actually. Extinction Events, Scavengers. We take out Liliana. Let's take the Tymarets too, honestly. We should play like more of a mid-range game against them. Take out a Kroxa. Take out an Ox. Nightmare's interesting. I guess they have like a 3-power 2-drop. Which is less exciting. Does seem kind of good against them, though, honestly. If you just get the Embercleave out of their hand. We're on the play, too. Let's bring these in, too. Maybe Extinction Event's actually as bad. Just cut those. She did not take damage. You know, like, we took a little too much damage in the mid-game there. Torbrand was pretty rough. Maybe just 2 Sails is fine. Let's try this. Just not easy today, is it? I mean, this hand, we just can't keep this hand. Castle's nice and all, but we just have 4 black sources and not a lot going on. We got a mulligan. Oh. I mean, we could keep and just try and spike a land. Honestly, I don't think that's out of the question. I'm just going to keep. I'm pretty unhappy going to 5 here, so we have Scry land, which is fine. We have 26 lands in our deck. That's not one of them. think our odds of winning are much higher. Obviously, our odds of drawing a land are higher than our odds of winning on 5 cards. Obviously, we've just totally bricked here, so whatever, I guess. But, what are you going to do? Definitely some frustrating losses today, I'm not going to lie. I would say that all 3 of our losses felt pretty bad. Yeah, whatever. So, like, I mean, the mono blue player managed to draw. Their Nyx Lotus every game. We never drew an answer. The ramp player just, like, barely got us every game. And then, I mean, this is just, like, what are you going to do, you know? Like, so, and our wins are pretty convincing, too. So, that's just Magic sometimes. Deck's very, very good. The format is definitely adapting to it. I think it was actually much better before the bans. Because people are definitely playing more Scavenging Oozes now and things like that. But this deck's really, really good. You can see I'm in high Mythic. I've been winning a lot with this deck. Definitely kind of a frustrating set, but, you know, still small sample size for the most part. I think Mono Red's typically a pretty good matchup. You just have so many Bonecrusher Giants and removal spells and stuff. And usually you can close pretty quick with Kroxa. We kind of weren't able to do that game. But we have the tools to beat the decks we lost to. We kind of just didn't really find them. But deck's super sweet. If you like grindy decks, if you like graveyard decks, this deck is awesome. It plays a lot of really good 2-mana spells, a really good late game, really good removal spells, really good grind. It kind of just has tools for everything. I mean, against control decks, you just keep playing escape cards. Against aggro decks, you keep playing Bonecrusher Giants. Against mid-range decks, you have plenty of ways to grind with your escape cards and stuff like that. So, deck's really good. Definitely give it a look. And, yeah, I'm Jim Davis for CoolStuffInc.com. Make sure you, of course, follow the YouTube channel for Cool Stuff. Go to Cool Stuff proper, check out the companion article, and go buy something, will you? Promo code Jim5, 5% off your order. They have Magic stuff, they have non-Magic stuff, they have board game stuff. Anything gaming related, they have it, basically. And they've been in the biz for almost over 20 years. Check them out, CoolStuffInc.com. Again, promo code Jim5, 5% off your order, and a free Jim Davis Goblin token. I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. I'm Jim Davis for CoolStuffInc.com.